All right, welcome back to another video from me, FPL Crusader. Now, today we are talking about the transfer window that opened on June 16th. We're looking at the Premier League specifically and predominantly Fantasy Premier League and how that impacts us for season 25-26. You'll see that the fixture ticker has now been dropped. Well, the fixtures have been dropped. A lot of people on social media jumping their fixture tickers around. That's fine. I'm not going to focus on that just yet because I think we've still got 2 months until the actual game starts. So we can obsess about that later. The first things first I'd like to go through is have a look at the team needs for every Premier League team. A lot of people need some attacking help. First things first, Arsenal, they need that striker. We'll talk about that a little bit. We've got 5 people to run through. I should have said that earlier. We've got 5 potential transfers that could come in. Arsenal need a striker. They potentially need a winger as well. Hopefully they can get someone out on the left for their point. They also need someone who wants to score 20, 30 goals a season. Liverpool, we know they've got Florian Wirtz in. That's pretty much guaranteed. They could have some backup there as well. We don't know. Depends on what happened with Nunez and Gakpo. I know Nunez is probably leaving. Diaz looks like he's leaving too. So expect him to strengthen up top, but expect Gakpo to probably start. Newcastle looking for a backup for Alexander Isak. Liverpool have been rumoured at trying to get Isak into their squad, but I don't really see it myself. I think Isak should stay at Newcastle. That's just my personal opinion. United need help everywhere. They've got Cunha. They're probably going to get in Mbeumo. That should be it up front, but they're definitely looking to strengthen their attacking prowess. They've got Bruno. He creates the most chances, but with the likes of Xerxes and Højlund, they're not really getting much service from him. Well, they're not turning that service into goals. And it must be frustrating their fans. I mean, they're sliding down the table quicker than, well, I won't say what else slides down, but you could imagine if they bring in the Cunha and Mbeumo, team that up with Bruno. They've also got Ahmad there waiting in the wings as well. That's a pretty good attacking four. They've got some good rotation there. So I think they should be going pretty well. They just need to work on their defense now, United. But they're definitely in the market. As usual, the rumours around them are chaotic. Chelsea have brought in Delap. They're also looking at another winger as well, which we'll touch on a little bit sooner, specifically for that left side. Both Neto and Madueke love playing on the right. Neto is in such good form, you wouldn't expect him to be dropped. It seems to be Coles Palmer. He'll never be dropped. Coles Palmer team, I should say, he'll never be dropped. But the likes of Neto, you'd want to keep him there. He's in such good form. Delap should probably start the season. Andy Martin rightly corrected me and said that Jackson is suspended for the first couple of games. So a couple of 2-point warriors will come in there. We'll see what happens. In the midfield, you'd expect Spurs to look for their midfield to strengthen. Bentancur has played well over the last few seasons, but he's been injury prone, so you can't really expect him to continue holding that midfield. They've got a few other good players there, but they do need some sort of strengthening there. They've got Mathis Tell, which is one for the future. He's a young fella. Potentially they could need someone out wide as well, specifically on that left. I'm not really sure if Brennan Johnson can do it for 38 games and also in the Champions League myself. City needs someone from midfield. They've got Reinders. They probably need to strengthen as well. I'm not really sure if Cherky will play up front first. Up front as in the 10 position where De Bruyne used to play. They could always bring in someone else. They were linked earlier with Musiala, but whether or not that pans out, I'm not entirely sure. Everton have brought in Alcaraz. That's their midfield target. United need midfield. Forest probably should strengthen their midfield. They did see last season when their team had injuries, it was very light on and it was very there wasn't much backup. So they could do some good work there. West Ham, they probably should have been in the 11 players position. They need help all across the field. They've got Jared Bowen, but if he gets injured, where are the goals coming from? Their midfield needs a lot of help. And if we look at defense, Spurs obviously need to strengthen their defense. They've got good defenders, the front four, but their backups are shocking. Villa, Emi Martinez is gone, so they need a new goalkeeper. Bournemouth need to strengthen their defense. Dean Houston's gone. Kyrgyz is gone. So they're going to be very vulnerable there if they don't strengthen those in the first few game weeks. City needs strengthening in defence. They've got Ryan Aït-Nouri. Wouldn't mind betting they can go in for a decent, strong defender. I could see a Bastoni just plonking himself right in front of the goalkeeper and working well for City, but I don't think he's a pet player. Brighton need help in defense. Their defense is aging, especially the middle two. And also Leeds. Leeds look pretty good, actually, coming up. Hopefully, for their sake, they break the mold in terms of relegated teams going up and down. Promoted teams, I should say. I shouldn't call them relegated already, but it's been happening the last 2 seasons. I think Leeds could break that mold. There are a few teams in the league who need to strengthen all 11 players, and that's not necessarily the starting 11, but it could. We're talking about backup as well. Fulham, my beloved Fulham, we need strengthening across the park. We need wide defenders. We need central defenders as well. We need a backup for goalie, because if Bernd Leno goes, we've got our 4th choice from a few years ago, and he's still there, and he hasn't had any game time. So you can't tell me he's played himself into form. Burnley need help. Scott Parker Ball, I'm a recent survivor from that. That will not equate to the Premier League. They got him by defense only. In the Championship, scored not many goals at all, and he can pretty much take their defense and add a third more goals to it, or reduce the clean sheets by a third. That's generally the conversion you do. And if they do that this season, they'll go straight back down. Crystal Palace probably need another 11 players as well, as I said earlier. Sunderland and Wolves. Wolves are losing so many players at the moment. They've got Cunha gone, Aït-Nouri's gone, João Gomez, their best midfielder. He could be gone as well. So they need to reinvest properly. And if they don't, they are probably looking at a bottom 4 maximum. And I skipped over Sunderland there because I want to keep the fairy tale alive. I want them to have the really good season and stay up. It's a beautiful stadium. The stadium alive. It should be in the Premier League. I'm just not sure how well equipped they are. As James from Planet FPL said, though, it's far too early to predict this stuff. We don't know how it's going to go in the transfer market. And he said they could also utilize the loan market very well also. So we'll see how that goes. Now, I've picked out 4 players that are pretty much rumored to come into the Premier League right now. So let's have a look at them straight away. First things first, it's Arsenal as their attacker. They can't really survive with Kai Havertz scoring goals sporadically. They need someone who's going to come in and score as many goals as possible whenever he feels like it. First one is Benjamin Sesko from Red Bull Leipzig, I should say. They're touting 80 million plus for this bloke. That's high. In terms of FPL, if he was 8 million or so, you could probably take a punt on him, even though Arsenal's fixtures aren't that flash. If he's above 9, it's definitely a wait and see for me. But if they're paying 80 million, he will start pretty much every game. 22 years old from Red Bull Leipzig. As I said, 23, 24, 14 goals at 8 XG, which is grossly overperforming the next year. But he backed that up last season as well with 13 goals and 10 XG. And you can see from the little heat map there, he's all over the park. So he likes to help out his team where needed, which Arsenal needs help everywhere, let's face it. For this one, though, I've only graded it a maybe. I've put it right in the middle of the ticker there. I think it's 50-50 for me. I think it's much more likely this bloke will come into the Arsenal team. I'm not going to try. I'll try it once. I'll try and pronounce his last name. Victor Gyökeres. Gyökeres? He's got an O in there somewhere. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce it. $70 million from Sporting. If he's 8 million, I'll probably jump at the chance. If he's 9, I'll give him the first 3 fixtures to see how he goes, and then probably jump on him. He's from Sporting, or he plays for Sporting currently in Portugal. 29 goals in 23, 24, 39 goals. And these are only league goals. So all the goals I'm showing you today are just league goals. I haven't done all comps because Arsenal only care about the league. That's where they finish second, and that's where they finish best. 39 league goals at 30 XG. Grossly overperforming his XG. But you'd have to think he would have better opportunities and better chances coming into next season. Especially with the likes of Saka and Odegaard, and potentially a new left winger, whether that's Rodrigo or Eze, who knows who it's going to be. 39 goals at 30 XG. You can see he's predominantly up the front. Look at his heat map there. He only cares about being in that box and drifting around it. So that's all he gives a damn about. For some reason, he loves getting his shirt off. And if you had a rig like that, why the hell wouldn't you? I've put him as a green in the probability ticker. I think they'll probably go with this bloke. He is rumoured to also go to Manchester United, but you can't really believe the rumours for United because, they're rumoured to bring in every single person. Chelsea's pursuit of a left winger could be this man from Dortmund, Jamie Gittins, 50+ million. If he's 6 million or so in that Chelsea team, I think he's a goer. If he's over 7 million, you might want to give him, see how he goes in the first few game weeks. 20 years old. He's just a young man. He is English, which is good for Chelsea, considering the amount of foreigners they bring into the team. 23, 24, and he was an 18-year-old. He got 1 goal at 2 XG. Last season, he got 8 goals at 4 XG in a stacked Dortmund team. Look at that heat map, though. He's specifically a left winger, which is exactly what they want. He loves to cut in, and he loves to score goals. He loves to take shots on. I think they'll go for this bloke. I think he'll be in the team next season. Whether or not he'll be starting straight away, I'm not entirely sure. They're famous for bringing in a lot of young players, but if you look at their starting lineup, they're all mid-20s rather than early 20s. So we'll see how it goes. See what Maresca's like. What he thinks about Gittins. If the likes of Madueke refuse to play on the left, he might not have a choice. But he is an exciting young player. He's probably going to play for England for some time in the future. So why not play for Chelsea? I think this one will go ahead. He'll definitely be in their game week 1 squad. Whether or not he's a starter, I'm not entirely sure. Granddaddy Kyle Walker could be leaving Manchester City on a free to go to Everton. He's 35 years old. He's been at City. He's on loan to Milan. He's 5.5 million last season, but that was at City. If he's at Everton and he's under 5, could be worth it. The right winger played 47 games 2 years ago. Last season, he's played 34, so he's dwindling down, but he is 35. People say he's lost his pace, but he's still faster than most people. Who's he replacing out there? Ashley Young, who's 40-odd. So, I mean, I guess compared to Young, it's youth, but who knows? I think City need to get those wages off their books. Everton can pay for it. My team, Fulham, actually went in for him. And when we realised, or when he said he wouldn't budge on his wages, we backed off because that would pretty much cripple us. So if he plays for Everton, it's a bit of a coup, to be honest, for them. I think it's really good. And I think this one will go ahead. I think he wants to stay in the Prem. Everton want the bloke. They can afford him. City are willing to let him go, to terminate the contract so he can go to Everton. I think this one will go. None of these are confirmed, by the way. These are just my opinions, but I think this one will happen. This one here, particularly, it's a huge rumor. I'm not sure if Joe Pedro will end up at Newcastle. 60+ million would be amazing business from Brighton, doubling their money in 1 year. Currently, he's ranked at 5.5 million in FPL. If he goes to Newcastle, he'd be about 7 million, I'd say, if being Isaac's backup. I'd expect Isaac this season to be 10, 11 million. So being the backup, he's probably going to be 7 or 8, which would be a bridge too far for me because I don't think he's a starter at all. For them, maybe he could be playing in the 10 position, but there would need to be a bit of a midfield reshuffle if that was the case. He can't really play out wide, and they don't really need him to. Even though looking at his heat map, predominantly he plays out in the left. They don't really need him out there, but it could be a bit of good business. A huge if, and it's probably unlikely for me, but a huge if Isaac does go to Liverpool, then this guy would lead the line for Newcastle, which would be interesting. A bit like Kearney, he's got the temperament that's not that flash, and he tends to go missing in matches, which Isaac's the opposite. So they need to change their game plan a little bit. 9 goals at 10 XG in 2023-24. Last season, 10 goals at 9 XG. He's not exactly setting the world on fire. He is a bit of an FPL darling because he tends to troll people. Quite funny the way he does it, but he's very confident in front of goal. Hopefully with Newcastle, he got more opportunities, and we'll see more of those opportunities turn into goals. So I'm not entirely sure this one will work, and I don't think they will sell him just yet. But 60 million is a lot of money. You never know. All you need to happen is get Welbeck to have an injury, and then they'll have to rely on this bloke. So for now, it's a no from me. Let's have a look. So that's the 4 players we're looking at. They're the ones that were highly rumoured over the last week or so. Here's my transfer rankings. I've got Cunha, Wirtz, and Alcaraz to consider for game week 1. The watch list will be Aitnuri, Cherki, and Kirkes because we don't know how much game time they're going to get or if they'll start, especially Cherki and Aitnuri. Playing at City, we don't know what Pep's up to. And the avoid for me would be D-Lap. Even if he starts, I'm not entirely sure if he's involved in the goals. Frimpong, because I'm not sure if he's starting, and Mathis Tel. He probably won't start over Solanke, but he could be a little mid-season jaunt for me, I think. There's something about this Mathis Tel bloke that makes you want him to succeed, so I think he'll do pretty well. Just to reiterate, if you're confused about deadlines, there was a transfer window open from June 1st to 10th, so teams could pump up their teams for the Club World Cup. And then the second window, as I said, is opened on the 16th and it closes on September the 1st. So a lot of movement. It's not finalized yet. There's no point doing FPL drafts yet because no one knows what their team's going to look like, especially the team they support. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed it. My name's Luke, FPL Crusader. Thank you very much.